So, welcome to Can Do Heart and Mind, Burnout Buster. So this is day 5. We're on the final day. And today, as a special treat, I have got the wonderful Kazlina Burroughs, who is joining me. And so, Kaz, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you for the wonderful. Yes, I'm Kazlina Burroughs and I run Kazlina's Therapies. My business really is about mind shift management. I do a mixture of therapies from mindfulness to EFT, which is also known as tapping. Many of you might have heard about tapping. I also do hypnotherapy and NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming.
Fantastic. And so, could you tell me a little bit about your own experiences of burnout?
Well, my career's changed quite a bit over the last few years. Originally, I worked in investment banking, only 31 years of it, which you can imagine working as well, because at one point in the late 90s, I worked on a trading floor.
Oh, wow.
So it was very, very, very busy. And obviously, in that environment, there was a lot of pressure,
Absolutely.
a lot of competition as well, especially with my background, because I pretty much worked my way up to my position. But there's a lot of graduates and people there who added to my everyday pressure, and that, with a not so good marriage at the time, caused me in 1997 to actually have a complete burnout or breakdown, whichever you'd like to call it.
Yes.
And literally I had to give up work. I had 3 days a week of full-time therapy.
Gosh.
Yeah, 3 days a week. Luckily, they didn't keep me in because they said I wasn't that bad, but I really wasn't sort of with it at the time.
No.
But I always look at the positive on that, things like that. And that's what got me into doing what I do now.
Yes.
It did take a while because I ended up having to go back to work eventually, because I did give up the job for a while in the city. But yeah, it was just, obviously back in the early 90s as well, there wasn't, the late 90s, there wasn't the support there is now and the awareness of all that's going on.
Of course.
And I was actually having counselling back then, which again, everything was down to counselling, where now there's so many other options, with the therapies that are available. So that was my burnout.
Goodness, yes. So you have more experience and therefore more training in this than a lot of people.
I hope so.
What would your recommendations be, keeping in mind that you literally help people with stress as part of your job? What would you recommend for people to do to help avoid this?
I think one of the most important things for people is to really acknowledge what's going on. Step one, definitely.
Absolutely.
Don't just brush it off because I brushed it off, and even now, now I can start to, and I think, no, hang on a sec, seeing the signs, I know what's going on, but it's acknowledging it, not thinking that you're doing something wrong or that you're weak, and hence taking that step of actually getting some help, talking to people about it, getting the support. And I know with me, as I say, back in those days, it was very much counselling. Now, though, there's so many other options.
Absolutely.
And definitely, speak and then get help, because again, I'm one of these people, I think I'm superwoman, and I'm fine, I can get on with it. But
Absolutely.
it's just keeping it in, and then you explode. Avoid exploding. Now more than ever, with all that's going on, and that's why I run the classes I run, is because we're all stressed, we're bottling it up, we're thinking we can cope, but sometimes address it and see what's going on in the mind.
So tell me about these classes you run.
At the moment, I run 2 lots of classes. I run a mindfulness relaxation class.
Wonderful.
And that's part hypnotherapy, part mindfulness. And that is just a way of literally switching off. Because I don't know about yourself, but I know myself, sometimes it's hard to actually just switch off.
Totally.
Because we've got so much going on around us.
Yes.
like yourself, I've not got kids at home and that to worry about, so I think I've got it easy, but we've still got lots to worry about,
Too
you
right.
know. So I do these classes to literally, it's just an hour of
Mhm.
time to listen to my voice
How
and
wonderful.
switch off.
How
And
wonderful.
that not only helps you to relax for that hour,
Mhm.
but it's been proven with my clients that it helps you sleep better if you've not been sleeping well. And it helps you as well, because I put in a lot of positive affirmations
Mhm.
within it, within the hour, and it makes you feel positive, feel better about things, and look at the more positive side of what's going on and not the negative, which
Yeah,
is too easy to do.
absolutely. So
uh,
that
uh,
was one set. And what about the
yeah.
others?
The other, I do EFT, which is the tapping I was telling you
Yes.
about. And that varies. I mean, each class is various. The next one I'm doing is about anxiety.
Oh, how
And it can be
fantastic.
anxiety of any
Mhm.
kind. Some people might think, oh, but I'm not highly anxious. But if you suffer slightly, even with, going to the shops because of COVID,
Mhm.
any anxiety, worried about your children, worried about maybe
Mhm.
your elderly family, and it's just a way of dealing with that. But the good thing is with EFT as well, which I've been using a lot lately with my clients, is you can transfer that
Oh,
to other
fantastic.
issues.
That's
I recently
fabulous.
worked with somebody who had a funeral
Uh-huh.
to go to, and it was dealing with that, so it's
Yes, of
very
course.
transferable.
Mhm. That's fantastic. Okay, and will you pop the links below so that people can see where to go if they are interested in doing that, please?
Gladly, gladly.
Fantastic. So thank you very, very much, Kaz, and I hope to see you soon and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for having me, and well done on your week. It's been very interesting.
Thank you.